May I come in, sir?
Please come in.
Namaste, sir.
Please sit.
Thank you, sir.
Sapna Yadav. Sapna, please introduce yourself.
So, my name is Sapna Yadav, as you mentioned. I belong to Rewari, Haryana. I have done my schooling from multiple branches of Kendriya Vidyalaya itself. And I have done my graduation as well as my post-graduation in computer science from Gujarat. Also, I have worked in TCS as a software developer for 1.2 years. And thereafter, I went on to prepare UGC NET and I cleared it. Post which I got married and I am handling the responsibility of a homemaker right now. And my father-in-law also inspired me to pursue civil services as a career, which I am pursuing right now. My hobbies include cooking, doing yoga, and going to a place which is full of greenery to relax myself.
Why civil services, apart from your father-in-law and his motivation?
So there are multiple factors which have attracted me to pursue civil services as a career instead of joining towards the academic background. First is that the multiple fields which I will be able to work into after coming into bureaucracy is itself so inspiring and motivating. Secondly, sir, it is a sense of satisfaction which is motivating me to work in this field. So these are the major
sense of satisfaction and what was the first
diverse
plethora of opportunities. So something like status, power, privileges, they don't motivate you at all?
So there is always some sort of status which the society associates with a particular job, and I'm aware of the fact that it is a highly dignified job, of course. But then there are multiple jobs which are equally respected by the society. For example, defense personnel, teachers are also. So more than that, a factor, the thing which can motivate me to continue doing services in this field, or where I can see myself after 30 years ago, is like more of a factor rather than just the status and power which it provides.
Okay, let's shift tracks. Do you know anything about the oil price cap imposed on Russia by the Western countries?
Yes, I have heard about it. Like last year when there was an invasion by Russia on Ukraine's territory. So the Western countries tried to impose unilateral sanctions, which was mostly done by USA, and then there were some European countries also who were okay with this decision of America. However, India has made its stand very clear from the start that we are believer of diplomacy and dialogue.
No, I was not talking about sanctions. I was talking about oil price cap. They have priced Russia's oil. Price capped Russia's oil. Do you know anything about that, Regina? They put a cap on Russia's the price of Russian oil.
I'm so sorry, sir. I might not be able to explain it very properly because I might not have referred this issue well.
No problem. Globally, inflation is a big issue, right? And the major reason behind that is supply chain disruptions. That's what people talk about, right? So to tackle this problem of supply chain disruptions, many countries have started to go for friend-shoring. There is this term that has been coined, friend-shoring. Are you aware of that?
I'm afraid I've never heard this term.
But it's related to supply chain disruptions. So I would like you to make a guess. Friend-shoring. And it is related to supply chain disruptions. How would you associate the two?
So if I have to take a guess, then friend-shoring can mean that if a country is not able to provide the services such as intermediate goods or the services which is providing, like in case of China, we have seen that. So there is another country on which you can be dependent. For example, many countries shift their bases to Vietnam and then India. So I'm taking a guess. I'm not aware of this term.
All right. Okay, let's move towards Haryana. Recently, a particular organization released Haryana's unemployment figures, and those were pretty depressing figures for Haryana. Now, I want you to answer 3 questions. What is the name of that organization that released Haryana's unemployment figures? what are the figures, Haryana unemployment figures, and how does Haryana fare in comparison with other states? And what are the causes behind such a high level of unemployment in Haryana?
Oh, I'm sorry, sir. I'm not aware about the organization which has released this survey. However, I am aware of the fact that Haryana's unemployment ratio is quite high from past few years. We can say it is nearly touching 35%, as high as 35%. And the reasons behind I'm so sorry, sir. I will address the third question of yours. That with respect to, if we look at the country's perspective, then there is different unemployment ratio in different states. For example, there are a few states which are attracting much more foreign investment, and then they are creating multiple jobs, such as Gujarat or Maharashtra or Karnataka for that matter. And they have pretty good secondary and tertiary sectors going on, and they are lesser dependent on just on the primary sector, that is agriculture. And so if we talk about the reasons of such huge employment, there can be multiple. Firstly, that Haryana is an agriculture dependent state. So we depend a lot on agriculture, and agriculture involves a lot of people who are not even directly involved in the work, but they are just associated with that work. I'm thinking about the term. I'm not able to.
Disguised unemployment.
Thank you so much, sir. Yes, sir. Disguised unemployment it leads to. So secondly, there are youngsters who are looking forward to join a government arena as well. So this leads to a delay in their career paths. So this also happens. And so thirdly, the thing which I can think of is that there is skill set mismatch between the people who are coming out of the colleges and universities, and then there are the industries which are looking for some other skill set. So there is a huge gap between that as well. So we need to match them. So right now I can think of these three reasons.
Generally, many people also talk about this factor as well, that because there is a lot of in-migration in Haryana, there is a lot of migration from other states into Haryana, and these migrants actually take up all the jobs that would have been occupied by Haryanis or Haryana domiciled people. So to solve that problem, Haryana government actually came up with a policy measure wherein they decided to reserve certain jobs for people who are domiciled in Haryana, right? They reserved 75% of the jobs, right? You're aware of that fact. Do you agree with that policy measure?
So this is a measure which has been taken by the government with to curb certain things such as unemployment is one of the things. And so there have been other states also in India which have where we have seen similar kind of policies. If we talk about the righteousness of such a step, then obviously India being an open country, there is a right to freedom to travel to whole of the country, inside the country. So I think that there must be a freedom to go to other states and look for employment in other states as well, being an open country and given the freedom in the fundamental rights. And so secondly, that right now I can think of.
Okay, so according to you, it's a rights issue. That's why it's problematic. The step is problematic because there is a conflict between the rights that people enjoy of other states, right? That's what you're trying to allude to.
So right now we cannot say that the step is problematic because we cannot we do not know the repercussions which it is going to have on the ground. So we need to wait, or we can wait for the Supreme Court judgment in order to further give a detailed judgment on what can be the repercussions and what can be done.
So basically you have just described to me the legal issue, the legal aspect. Are there any economic repercussions to this?
Sure, sir. There will be economic repercussions in the sense that the industry demands certain skill sets. So if it is not available in the local people, then they are in a way they are forced to hire them, and a few industries or a few companies might have to shift their base to some other states which are more open towards employment. So this might happen, and it might have economic repercussions for the state as well.
So it might be counterproductive. Okay. All right. Now let's move on to your hobbies. You like yoga.
Yes, sir.
What sort of yoga? Pranayam, yoga asanas?
Yes, sir.
You do both of them?
Pranayam and yoga.
Yoga asanas.
Yes.
Look, I've heard about different kinds of yoga, like Hatha yoga and other stuff. Can you tell me what other types of yoga are there?
So I have heard about Hatha yoga and all these things, but however, I am an amateur in this field. I follow a few videos on YouTube, and then I try to do it on my own, and I try to master the certain poses so that I get a better hold of it.
Who was the founder of Yoga School of Philosophy in India?
So the founder was Kapil Muni from ancient ages. However, like in today's society, we consider Maharishi Patanjali also as the founder of yoga in India. So Maharishi Patanjali has translated the book which was written by Kapil Muni, and then we came to know about it more because evidences do not exist of that earlier period.
Yoga is also a school of thought, right? It's a philosophy as well, right? And as far as ancient Hindu philosophy is concerned, there were 6 schools of thought, 6 philosophies collectively known as Shad Darshan Shastra. Now, I've talked about yoga. You've also talked about yoga. Can you name the other 5 philosophies, schools of thought?
So can I take a few seconds?
Yeah, please.
For them? So the 6 schools of thought of Indian philosophy are Yoga, Nyaya, Uttar Mimamsa, Purva Mimamsa. I'm not able to recall
the other 2. Vaisheshika and Samkhya. Okay. You've also written something Shinrin Yoku. What's that?
So Shinrin Yoku is literally it means forest bathing. So it's a Japanese term, but it refers to a practice where we go to a place which is full of greenery and forest, and then we sit down over there and listen to the birds chirping and rattling of the leaves and everything, and we dissolve ourselves into nature. We calm our senses.
Is it beneficial?
It is. It is to relax. I find it really beneficial to relax my mind. So for me, it is.
It's meditative for you.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And it has any therapeutic benefits as well?
It has proven therapeutic benefits as well. According to the researchers of Japan, it is basically it was basically started for those people who were very tech savvy and who were involved like in 9-to-5 jobs, or we can say who were all the time on technology, and they were not finding any time to find themselves and know themselves. So it has proven benefits to cure BP, cardiovascular disease as well, and many more diseases, just improving the eyesight as well. So there are many benefits, sir.
All right. You like cooking as well?
Yes, sir.
What's your favorite cuisine?
My favorite cuisine is Indian. Although we have a lot of variety in Indian according to regions also. So I like Punjabi food, and I like Italian cuisine as well.
Italian cuisine as well. There are a few vegetables and spices that were imported from abroad, that were not Indian. They were imported from other areas, other countries in the medieval times. Can you give me a few examples?
So if we talk about vegetables, we used to import potatoes, which were not grown in Indian continent, Indian subcontinent. Secondly, tomatoes were also imported. So right now I can think of 2 vegetables. And if we talk about spices, I have heard most of the spices were from Indian subcontinent only, because Europeans were fond of spices and they used to take
chilies.
Yes, I wanted to say chili, however I was not sure. That's why I did not mention green chilies. I think they were not from India.
Right. So
हरियाणा की कितने डिविजन्स हैं?
So there are 6 divisions in Haryana.
और सब डिविजन्स?
So I'm not exactly sure, but I think there are 74 subdivisions in Haryana.
हरियाणा के कुछ सिटीज हैं शायद जो भारत के स्मार्ट सिटी इनिशिएटिव जो गवर्नमेंट मोदी गवर्नमेंट जो सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट ने चलाया है उसका पार्ट है। क्या आपको उनमें से पता है कुछ कि कौन कौन सी सिटीज हैं जो उसका पार्ट है, अगर हैं तो?
I'm sorry sir, I'm not aware of this. Which cities are there?
हरियाणा की जीडीपी के बारे में, कितनी जीडीपी हरियाणा की है आपको पता है?
I don't know.
पर कैपिटा?
The per capita is around 2.5 lakhs.
हरियाणा में जो हरियाणा का जो यूथ है वो खेलों में बड़ा अच्छा परफॉर्म कर रहा है, अगर आपने रिसेंटली देखा हो तो। क्या आप कुछ ऐसे खिलाड़ियों का नाम बता सकते हैं जिन्होंने अच्छा परफॉर्म किया हो, और उसके पीछे के कुछ बेसिक रीजन अगर आप आइडेंटिफाई कर पाए तो?
So there are many people which have brought us fame, such as Sakshi Malik,
Right.
Saina Nehwal,
Right.
and then we have all the wrestlers, Fogart sisters, and
Right.
Vinesh Fogart. We have Bajrang Punia,
Right.
Vijender Singh. So all these people have done wonders in their fields. And so if we talk about the reasons, there are multiple reasons, such as Haryana has always been a state where sports were given importance, and then eating healthy, like doodh dahi ka khana, and these things were given more importance to build physical and muscular strength. So I believe that is one of the reasons. And then there was always a dangal culture which was prevalent in Haryana. So if we look from village perspective, also there is an akhada which is there in the village. So it boosts competition in the state, and then it promotes the players to go to the upper level also. Also, third thing, that the government has taken great steps, such as sports policy of Haryana, which recognizes the players, and in fact, we give one of the highest remuneration to the players as awards when they win medals to us. And also we have great infrastructure which is built by the government, which is facilitating the sports persons to excel in their fields.
हरियाणा में कोई पहाड़ी एरिया भी है कुछ ऐसे, आपको है कुछ ज्योग्राफी के बारे में इसका कोई आइडिया?
So as far as I have read, there is Morni Hills near Panchkula, and then near Mahendragarh also there, near Nalol area there are hills.
नाम कुछ आइडिया है?
So it is Dhosi ka Pahad.
Okay.
And so I'm aware of these two areas. And then there is a branch of Arabi which is passing through the southern part of Haryana.
हरियाणा की नदियों का कुछ है आपको, कौन कौन सी नदियां हैं हरियाणा में?
Yes sir, there are rivers. However, the water is very less, which is a major issue in Haryana. There are rivers such as Ghaggar River, Yamuna River is also like touching the boundary of the state, the eastern boundary. And then there are Markanda, Sahibi River is there. So these are a few rivers which I know.
हरियाणा में आप जो वुमेन की पोजीशन है उसको कहाँ, अगर हम रूरल हरियाणा की बात करें, उसको आप कैसे एनालाइज करते हैं?
So if we look at the situation of women in Haryana, we can look from multiple angles, such as on a social basis, the sex ratio is low, and it is far lower in the rural areas, especially in the central belt of Haryana. So we have sex ratio as low as 837 as per 2011 census. However, it has increased with recent steps taken by the government. But if we talk according to the education and the opportunities which are given to women, it is also the enrollment ratio of women in the schools is also lower. And then from economical perspective, the unemployment ratio itself is high in Haryana. And if we talk specifically about women, the labor force participation is very less. There are multiple issues which are being faced by women, because Haryana has always been male dominated and patriarch society. So however, things are changing on the ground. We have sex ratio of 9:11 as per the recent figures of Haryana government. Next census is pending, but we are hoping for the improvement at the ground level. Then there are schemes such as Beti Bachao Beti Padhao, which has done immense great work on the grounds with the help of panchayats. So the enrollment has also increased. So these are the steps which are being taken by Haryana government also.
हरियाणा बना कब था?
So Haryana was formed on 1st November 1966.
तो कौन पहले सीएम कौन थे हरियाणा के?
So I'm not able to name.
Governor?
Sorry sir, I'm not aware of that.
हरियाणा बनाने की डिमांड कैसे हुई? हरियाणा बनाने की जो नींव है वो क्यों रखी गई? क्या कारण था उसका? कुछ आपको आइडिया है इसका?
So as far as I have read, there were demands of the Hindi Bhashi state because the Punjabi, this whole area was known as Pepsu, if I'm not wrong. So then there were people who were demanding for the Hindi Bhashi separate state, which should be.
हिंदी भाषी की जो डिमांड थी वो कौन कर रहे थे? हिंदी भाषी या पंजाबी भाषी या कोई और कोई और इनिशिएटिव था? You have any knowledge about this?
So I remember a few names such as Sardar Hukum Singh was there, and so I might not be able to completely name all the people. So yes, there was this demand which was going on, and then
by whom? That's पंजाबी लोगों की डिमांड थी या हिंदी लोगों की डिमांड थी या दोनों की डिमांड थी या कुछ जो है?
So I need to read more about that.
हाँ सर.
Your optional is sociology.
Yes,
There is this another subject or field of study that is quite similar to sociology. That's called anthropology. Do you know anything about it? What is anthropology? And if you do, then can you tell me the difference between anthropology and sociology?
So anthropology basically deals with the societies of societies in general. For example, the primitive society and then the evolution of society in particular. And then they read more, they go more deep in the societies. And whereas as far as sociology is concerned, it deals in general sense. For example, the social issues as well of the society. And then there are the other institutions also, such as family, education, religion, which are in a way associated with the society and which impact society on a larger scale. So instead of just reading the evolution of societies, it also dwells with the other issues which are there impacting the society. So this is a basic difference between anthropology and sociology.
Why did you choose sociology since you have a background in computer science? Why sociology?
So firstly, that computer science was not a subject to choose as an option. And secondly, I wanted a subject which will help me with other general studies papers also, so that it will be there will be some sort of knowledge which I will gain, and then I can use it, such as an essay paper also. So also the syllabus was really interesting. I also went through a few papers of sociology, and a general person can also interpret. There is obviously there is a deeper understanding which is required of a few topics, but then there are topics which are very much related, such as in paper 2 there are so many topics.
So the objective was to score well in your exam. You didn't develop any kind of interest in sociology after your choice of sociology, after studying sociology, studying various books which were part of your UPSC curriculum. Didn't you develop any sort of interest in the subject?
Yes, sir, I did. I
You did?
the subject. Yes.
Okay, so have you read any other books related to sociology which were not part of your UPSC curriculum?
The sociology books, I think I've not read.
No. Okay. It's okay. I'm done, sir.
अभी आप हैदराबाद में रहते हैं? Currently you're residing at Hyderabad.
Yes, sir, but I'm residing in Rewari only with my mother. My husband lives in Hyderabad.
अच्छा, तो अब जैसे आप ये करें, आपके हस्बैंड सॉफ्टवेयर में हैं क्या हैं?
So he's running his own business, agriculture business.
इन हैदराबाद.
Yes, sir.
तो आपको प्रॉब्लम नहीं आएगी आप यहाँ जॉब करेंगे हरियाणा में और वो हैदराबाद में रहेंगे, तो डोंट यू थिंक आपकी फैमिली में इससे थोड़ा कोऑर्डिनेशन में मुश्किल आएगी?
सर कोऑर्डिनेशन में प्रॉब्लम हो सकती है, बट देन वी नीड टू मैनेज बोथ द थिंग्स, करियर एज वेल एज द पर्सनल लाइफ. सो we can think about going to each other's place, and also we have already discussed this thing because he do not need a permanent presence over there. We have people who can look out for the work, and then we can coordinate over calls also. So we have discussed that we can manage.
तो हैदराबाद आपको वैसे शहर कैसा पसंद है आपको?
Yes, sir. It's a nice city.
नेकलेस रोड क्या पसंद है वहाँ पे सबसे?
So, since we do not live near Necklace, like we live on the outskirts of Hyderabad near Suchitra.
Okay.
Yes, sir. So I've not visited much of the places.
Okay. तो अभी आप रेवाड़ी में रहते हैं, तो आप ये अलग अलग जगह घूमते रहे जलंधर, क्या फैमिली बैकग्राउंड आर्मी को डिफेंस से रिलेटेड है?
So my father is in BSF.
ओके, तो तभी इतनी जगह भी तभी होता है। ठीक है सर।
I need to ask a few questions with respect to Haryana. Do you know how many states border Haryana?
Yes,
And can you please name them also?
yes, sir. Can I confirm to you? So we have UP, which is bordering Haryana. We have Delhi and city of Delhi, Rajasthan, Punjab, and Himachal Pradesh. So in total, we have 5 states.
5 states. Not Uttarakhand? Are you sure?
I'm not completely sure, although I need to brush it up.
Are you missing out on any UT?
So it's NCT.
That's it? That's the only UT that borders Haryana?
Yes.
What about Chandigarh?
So Chandigarh is in Haryana. It is a part of Haryana.
Chandigarh is a part of Haryana. Are you sure?
Yes, sir.
Alright. Which is the most populous city, the most populous city of Haryana?
Sir, I do not know the figures. However, I can take a guess if you know me. So it is Gurgaon.
Okay. Alright, thank you, Sapna. Yeah, that will be all. We'll call you in a couple of minutes with your feedback, so you can wait for 1 or 2 minutes. Okay. So, Sapna, what are your thoughts? How do you think your interview went?
So I need to brush up a lot on Haryana and the facts.
You need to do that. When is your interview scheduled?
It's on 31st.
31st. Yeah, please cover your Haryana GK portion. That's very important because a lot of stuff was missing.
Yes.
You need to cover your Haryana GK because most of your interview is going to be about Haryana. They won't be asking much of national issues or international issues. Though I touched upon certain issues, but most of your interview is going to be regarding Haryana. So please cover your Haryana GK. That's very important.
और ये कोई इतना मुश्किल नहीं है, बड़ा देखा ना, you should go through that. And एक चीज और आप कोशिश कीजिएगा if possible. Otherwise your command on English is good. बट कई बार क्या होता है कि बोर्ड मेंबर जो हैं, क्योंकि ये स्टेट एग्जाम है, तो सामने वाले बोर्ड मेंबर्स में भी प्योरली हिंदी स्पीकिंग और नोइंग हिंदी ओनली है। तो अगर वो हिंदी में प्रश्न कर रहे हैं आपसे, हिंदी में क्वेश्चन कर रहे हैं, तो हो सके तो आप इंग्लिश में जवाब दे दें या हिंदी में जवाब देते हैं, ज़्यादा बेटर है। वो आपके लिए बेनिफिट ऐसा रहेगा क्योंकि उसको समझ आएगी तो वो मार्क्स देने के लिए थोड़ा उत्सुक होगा, राइट? लाइक
So I tried once when you asked me a question in Hindi, I think so.
Yeah, but you're fine with that. I'm not saying your English, like I can understand that whatever you're saying, but the thing is, जो इंटरव्यू पैनल पे है, that person might not be that much comfortable.
It might appear condescending also.
Yes, sir. So I tried once, but then it automatically
ये ना मैं इसलिए बोल रहा हूँ सपना, we have one PCS officer हमारी स्टूडेंट है, वो she got a good rank, लेकिन उसका बहुत अच्छा रैंक आना था। वो उसको इंटरव्यूअर नहीं बोल दिया, पंजाब में ऐसा हुआ था बाई चांस, तो उसने बोल दिया कि आपको पंजाबी नहीं आती? क्या आती है? तो फिर पंजाबी से गल करो। कहती कि सर आई एम मोर कंफर्टेबल बिकॉज कि मैं ऐसे ही बोलती हूँ, मेरी आदत हो गया मुझे। तो उसके इंटरव्यू में थोड़े कम नंबर आए, उस वजह से उसका रैंक थोड़ा सा, जो हमें लग रहा था कि जहाँ पर आएगी वहाँ नहीं आ पाई, राइट? तो तुम्हारी नॉलेज अदरवाइज बाकी ठीक है, हरियाणा पे तुम्हें
हाँ, you know your stuff
है ना, हाँ, तो वो बड़ा क्लियरली बोलते हैं। तो हरियाणा पे एक बार आप रिवाइज करोगे तो, क्योंकि वो इतने कोई बहुत मुश्किल क्वेश्चन नहीं है, बहुत बड़ा क्वेश्चन है, वो नहीं है। हमारी वो अगर है वो हरियाणा वाले जीके की कुछ आप कर रहे हैं उसको।
Also scroll through the Wikipedia page of Haryana also, and please cover formation of Haryana. That's very important.
Yes, sir.
And Chandigarh is not part of Haryana.
And Chandigarh is not part of Haryana.
So is it?
Yes,
No,
Chandigarh
it's a
is
union territory. Administratively, it is being administered by center.
Yes,
Does
it
not
is
cover
a union territory.
Union
but
territory.
not a part of
Don't we
Haryana.
call it
Not a part
It's
of
a capital
Punjab.
of Haryana.
Not a part
They
of Punjab.
share-
Not a part of Haryana. It is purely UT.
Okay, sir.
Right? So हाँ, तो ये 2 UTs को टच करता है, दिल्ली एंड चंडीगढ़।
Thank you.
एंड डू यू नो अबाउट द एयरपोर्ट विच इज लाइक चंडीगढ़ के साथ में कोई, चंडीगढ़ आप हरियाणा की कैपिटल है, उसके साथ में कोई एयरपोर्ट लगता है? उस एयरपोर्ट का पता है आपको? हरियाणा का?
I need to see that.
हाँ, तो वो मोहाली नहीं बोलना, अगर पता भी हो तो यू शुड से शहीद भगत सिंह इंटरनेशनल एयरपोर्ट, क्योंकि इसमें हरियाणा और पंजाब का इक्वल कंट्रीब्यूशन है। स्पेशली जब पंजाब को हरियाणा के नाम दे दें कुछ ऐसा, तो वो कई बार उनको लगता है लाइक आई नो पीपल वो फीस अ बिट ऑफेंडेड कि तो हरियाणा को भी तो पैसा लगा है जी, तो वाई पंजाब मोहाली का क्यों है जी, चंडीगढ़ का भी है, हमारा हरियाणा का है, राइट? सो पीपल यूज दैट काइंड ऑफ, सो वी शुड नो व्हाट काइंड ऑफ पीपल वी आर गोइंग टू फेस, राइट? तो अगर हिंदी वालों से आप हिंदी में कोशिश करके बोल लोगे पार्ट ऑफ दैट, नॉट प्योरली कंप्लीटली, जैसे कोई भी आप बात करते हैं, और इंग्लिश वालों के साथ तो आप अच्छा कर लोगे, कोई दिक्कत नहीं। हरियाणा पे यू हैव
Haryana पे you have to focus, और हाँ, please you have to. Otherwise, I have written over here कि she knows her stuff, but prepare Haryana GK, especially formation of Haryana, and please, there is every possibility that maybe your entire interview will be in Hindi. There is every possibility. वैसे हो सकता है, but there is every possibility. So make sure that if they ask you a question in Hindi, just reply in Hindi.
English is fine.
English is fine. It need not be a very pure Hindi, right? You don't have to say Sakal Gharelu Utpad. You can say GDP, right? Okay, but you have to be careful. Be conscious of this fact. So whenever someone asks you a question in Hindi, just reply in Hindi. Otherwise, also it's considered impolite. Generally, if they are asking you a question in Hindi and you're replying in English, yes, we don't know what the board members would feel, but generally it's considered impolite. And एक दो लोगों को ना उन्होंने पहले बोला हुआ है कि आप हिंदी में जवाब दे दो, ऐसे बोल देते हैं, तो उनके बोलने से पहले ही यू जस्ट रिप्लाई इन हिंदी. एंड आई डोंट थिंक यू हैव एनी प्रॉब्लम्स इन हिंदी. ऐसे ठीक है, यू एक्सप्रेस बेटर इन इंग्लिश, बट यू आई डोंट थिंक यू हैव एनी प्रॉब्लम्स इन हिंदी, है ना? तो डू दैट, देयर इज नो प्रॉब्लम विद दैट. Baki, you know your stuff, but just please brush up your Haryana GK. That's important.
That too, I need to do that. I knew that you will ask because I've seen your economy lectures. I knew you will ask me Haryana GDP or maybe Sarvilam. But right now I didn't have access to my phone. So
No, it's not about that. It's about like only Haryana specific.
Yes,
तो और क्या है कि ओवरऑल जैसे सर ने भी थोड़ा आपका इंटरव्यू जो है वो थोड़ा ऐसे मिक्स रखा, नोट हरियाणा के लेवल पर नहीं लेकर गए. मैं देख रहा था सर को कि इन्होंने थोड़ा यूपीएससी के पास ही रखा टू मेक यू मोर कंफर्टेबल, राइट? बिकॉज यू ऑलरेडी अपीयर्ड वन इन, है ना, उसमें दिखाया आपके रिज्यूमे में. तो लेकिन फिर भी यू हैव टू गो बिट मोर लाइक,
yes, I need to do
हरियाणा
के पास राइट, है ना?
वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. वैसे तो ठीक है, यू आर फ्रॉम हरियाणा, यू हेल फ्रॉम हरियाणा, वहाँ पे कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं होगी, बट नो योर हरियाणा, know your state, है ना? And please study, मतलब I don't know, we didn't test your knowledge about Rewari, but if you're lacking in that department also, so please study Rewari also.
And also there is not much data which was available, because in UPSC I had this problem that whenever I was searching for something, there was not much data available. So that's why I skipped
what kind of
Haryana.
data?
Like I did ऐसे ऊपर से.
हरियाणा को
In UPSC interview.
हाँ, अभी एक बार मैं सर से पूछ लो, अगर
डेटा भी हो सकता है, बट लास्ट ईयर्स इकोनॉमिक सर्वे का उठा के देख लो, उसके एंड में जो पेजेस होते हैं ना वो देख लो.
इकोनॉमिक सर्वे मैंने पूरा go through किया. It was merely like facts and figures and everything.
That's what you're searching for, I guess. Facts and figures. That's what you said. Data is not available.
It's more about facts and figures.
Facts and figures only. उसी में.
Not to be that descriptive in this. Like UPSC की तरह नहीं होता ये, थोड़ा सा उससे काम होता थोड़ा.
But they can ask facts and figures.
They can ask facts and figures. And I'm not worried about issues, Haryana specific issues, because you're trained in UPSC ना, तो you'll somehow cook up an answer also.
Yes,
कोई भी issue है, वही issues हैं.
Yes.
तो you can also, मतलब you can tackle that question. Issue based question आप कर लोगे. If someone asks you unemployment,
Yes,
जैसे हरियाणा की unemployment, we touched upon that issue, या women empowerment, वो हो जाएगा. बट फैक्ट्स एंड फिगर्स तो मतलब या तो आते हैं या नहीं आते, है ना? सो प्लीज डू दैट.
वो तुम्हारा ठीक था 74 and 6 एंड ऑल दैट, वो उसके आसपास ही है. वो इतना कोई एग्जैक्टली नहीं होता कि भी एक कम क्यों है, एक ज्यादा क्यों है. मतलब थोड़ा सा एक्यूरेट रहना ही पड़ेगा, मोटिव चीजों पे एक्यूरेट रहना पड़ेगा. अभी थोड़ा सा नॉर्थ हरियाणा साउथ हरियाणा का डिफरेंस, उसमें कारण क्या है, छोटी छोटी सी चीजें, जस्ट गो थ्रू दैट, यू विल बी फाइन.
दैट्स इट.
Otherwise you're good.
Okay, you know your stuff. मतलब it was like your profile is very impressive. Your personal profile is
और
impressive.
ऐसे को मैं आपको बता रहा हूँ, you have very high chances. Very very high chances. We have interviewed like in PCS, in UPSC, other areas also. you have good chance.
Very good chances. So behavior and like I'll tell you, we judge you on 6 parameters, right? So one is non-verbal communication, the other is personal profile, third is academic knowledge, fourth is verbal communication, fifth is intellectual and moral integrity. The reason why I asked you this question, that why do you want to join HCS? It's to judge that part only. And the last is balance of judgment, critical assimilation. So as far as opinion-based questions are concerned, we try to judge balance of judgment or critical assimilation through opinion-based questions only.
Yes.
So as far as that aspect of your preparation is concerned, that is covered. Just need to work on Haryana GK. That's it. Nothing is like problematic. कुछ भी नहीं है problematic.
Very nice.
बहुत अच्छा profile है.
Wish you all the best, all the success, and we hope to see you as an officer soon.
So, sir, just one thing I wanted to ask informally only, that do I need to give more marks or for the next 3-4 days I need to
just
brush up?
cover your brush up your Haryana GK.
फिर आप फंस जाओगे.
You don't have to.
मेरे हिसाब से भी और सर के हिसाब से भी अगर आप जीके को रिवाइज कर लोगे हरियाणा,
बस.
क्योंकि ज्यादा देने की जरूरत उनके जिनके अंदर कॉन्फिडेंस ना हो. हमारे पास बच्चे आते हैं जो गेट से अंदर घुसते हैं, बैठते हैं, बाहर बैठ ही नहीं पाते, बात ही नहीं कर पाते. उन लोगों के लिए हम बोलते हैं कि यार यू शुड गो फॉर मल्टीपल टाइम्स. बट देयर आर जो आप पहले भी जो हमारी सक्सेस रेशियो भी हम देखते हैं कि जो बच्चों की है, जो आते हैं कॉन्फिडेंटली बैठते हैं, उनको इन चीज़ों की जरूरत ही नहीं है. आप बोर्ड को देख के यू आर नॉट वरीड. You are not worried about how you say it, how you speak, how you like what kind of language you use. You are not worried about those things.
Yes,
So ज्यादा मुख तो वहाँ जरूरत है. अब मैंने जो क्वेश्चन पूछे कोई और 3 पूछ लेगा, कोई और 5 पूछ लेगा, जो सर ने पूछे कोई उसके अलावा और 5 पूछ लेगा. तो वो ऐसा थोड़ी कि वो वाले 5 में से आएंगे, हमारे 5 में से नहीं आएंगे, या उनके 5 में से नहीं आएंगे, हमारे में से आ जाएंगे. वो नहीं, वो तो आपकी नॉलेज ओवरऑल जो वट एवर यू हैव गेन्ड ऑलरेडी. नाउ यू हैव टू रिवाइज हरियाणा, which is more important than attending any mock other than this.
Just that's it. और कोई है ही नहीं ना प्रॉब्लम, तो मल्टीपल मॉक्स की रिक्वायरमेंट ही क्या है. हरियाणा जीके कर लेना.
ऐसे कॉन्फिडेंटली जाओ, ब्लेसिंग्स लेके घूम जाओ.
हरियाणा जीके करो and talk in Hindi if they ask you a
I
question in
will
Hindi.
try to conversate in Hindi more.
हाँ.
उसमें क्या है कि अगर हिंदी में पूछ रहे तो हिंदी में जवाब दे दो.
Yes.
That will help a lot.
All the best,
Thank
Sapna.
you,
All
sir.
the best,
Thank you.
Sapna.
Sir, can I take this paper with me?
We provide you with the recording as well, paper also, because वो
इसमें ये
हमारी नॉलेज के लिए था कि so
I mean,
that end
overall,
में.
I need to do Haryana GK.
That's
Overall,
it.
that's
it. You just need to do Haryana and talk in Hindi. That's it. बस वो ही है और कुछ
एक
भी नहीं
क्वेश्चन
है.
है वो नीरज चोपड़ा को याद रखना है ना, अभी करंटली टोक्यो.
Yes, sir.
वो रिसेंट है और अभी
टोक्यो ओलंपिक्स है
काफी ना हॉट सब्जेक्ट भी है मार्केट का. राइट है ना. तो बस यही है, बाकी अदरवाइज विल फाइन.
You find, yeah. Great.
Thank you, sir.
ऑलराइट, ऑल द बेस्ट.
Thank you so much.